Council regular meeting for Tuesday, April 8th, 2025 will please come to order. It is now 3:06. I'm not going to read the full list of warnings that I've made at the beginning of several of these meetings, but simply to note that all of those warnings remain in effect, and we ask everyone to please follow all the rules of decorum so that we can have a good meeting. And so at this point, I will ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Good afternoon, everyone. As a reminder to all in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling the roll, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones?
Here.
Thank you. Ms. Turner?
Present.
Mr. Hauser?
Here.
Ms. Simon? Mr. Kelly?
Here.
Mr. Sweeney?
Present.
Mr. Castleberry?
Here.
Mr. Gallagher?
Here.
Mr. Schlepper?
Here.
Ms. Conwell?
Present.
Council President Miller?
Here,
You have a quorum.
everyone, please rise and join in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now have a moment of silent meditation where we can each reflect on whatever thoughts or concerns are in our hearts. Thank you very much, everybody. The next item on our agenda is public comment. Do we have anybody signed in?
Renaud Jones?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Renaud Jones. I am the Ombudsman for Black Environmental Leaders Association. I just wanted to come and thank specifically Councilperson Turner and Councilperson Simon, as well as the Environmental and Sustainability Committee for your consideration of funding for the Jackie Gillen scholarships. 100% of the ARPA funds will be used for those scholarships. Thank you.
Lou?
Good afternoon again. Now, this is part two. You have already heard me give you some of the information.
If you could state your name for the record, please.
You already said it.
You could state your name for the record, please. Thank you.
Okay, this is Lou. I will make a request that since we don't have that many people making comments today, if I can have a little bit leeway to go a little bit over 2 minutes.
Yes, you may.
Thank you. All right. Since this is part two, you already heard some of the things I reported to you with a national meeting right now I'm also on. Then also the other important part is HUD also is chopped off already. And that means you would not have enough people helping the local housing authorities on all the housing programs they have been running. And this is the reason why I have to really address the issue here right now. Our shelter beds are still very limited, but where I stay, every day, every night, we have a new intake, especially seniors. Now, with the Social Security Administration, their system crash, their staff getting, being asked to leave, this type of things to happen. Seniors definitely are the ones getting hit a lot. And lots of them didn't use any housing voucher in the past, so they are living in those senior apartments. But those apartments, if you don't pay your rent on time, you still can be evicted. The possibility definitely is there because private landlord, they need their rent. So our food insecurity, our housing insecurity, all these things, plus right now the health insurance, Medicaid and Medicare are also getting cut from the federal government down. This will be a disaster for Cuyahoga County. Please think about that and think about our biannual county budget if we can do anything to help. Thank you very much.
That concludes the public comment portion for today's meeting.
Thank you very much. And the next item on the agenda is approval of minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for the March 25, 2025 Committee of the Whole and regular meeting?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Ayes have it, and the minutes are approved. The next item is announcements from the council president, and under my portion, it is my honor to invite Dr. Michael Doc Janning, Poet Laureate of Cuyahoga County, to recite a poem titled Cuyahoga County.
Thank you, Mr. Council President, members of council, members of the public. This is my last occasion to address you as your formal poet laureate. My one-year term has come to an end, but I would still like to make myself available to you for special occasions, swearings in, etc., pending your approval of your next poet laureate, whomever they may be. This poem is titled Cuyahoga County. Cuyahoga County, land of the Erie Lenape, they would be called the Erie by Europeans, and the waters of the Cuyahoga, on the shores of Iriga, as it was called by them, and before them the great glacier sheets. This is a land of living waters and a land of contrasts. It is a land of deep valleys and skyscrapers, wealth and poverty, grand mansions and the houseless, plenty and hunger, education and ignorance, trees and brownfields, parks and landfills, industry and farms, banking and markets, music and political unrest, airports and a seaport, sports teams and museums, poetry and art. It is a polyglot land of many faiths and many beliefs, and a variety of political persuasions. But above all, this is a land of people, young and old, in a myriad of ethnicities and skin tones. And we all call this land, this Cuyahoga County, home. Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your service to our county. It has been a source of enlightenment and hope for all of us. Thank you.
Mr.
My
President,
pleasure.
can I just say thank you as well to Doc Janning. You are profound and you help us with vocabulary. I see us Googling some words as you recite your poetry. And for council's benefit, we're establishing a process by which we will be selecting our next poet laureate for the county. So I'm working with staff on that.
Thank you so much. Okay, next we have Messages from the county executive. Do we have anything from the executive's representative?
Council President Miller, the county executive, will be here in a few minutes, but on his behalf, I don't have any messages for you other than go Guardians. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you. Legislation introduced by council, committee reports, and consideration of resolutions of council for second reading. Each of these items, after being read into the record, will move to the April 22nd, 2025 council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2025-0099, awarding a total sum not to exceed $50,000 to the Beat the Streets Cleveland for the Slavic Village Youth Facility Project from the District 7 ARPA Community Grant Fund. Resolution 2025-0113, awarding a total sum not to exceed $15,000 to the Cleveland Restoration Society for the East Cleveland Heritage Home Program from the District 2 and District 3 ARPA Community Grant Funds. Resolution 2024-0114, awarding a total sum not to exceed $125,000 to the Village of Walton Hills for the Walton Hills Event Center and Bay Storage Facility roof replacement from the District 6 ARPA Community Grant Fund. Resolution 2025-0116, adopting various changes to the Cuyahoga County Non-Bargaining Classification Plan.
Consideration of resolutions of council for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2025-0081, awarding a total sum not to exceed $10,000 to the Black Environmental Leaders Association for the Jacqueline E. Gillan Annual Scholarship Celebration from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Thank you. This was heard in the Environment Committee. Great information, great organization. I'm going to turn it over to the sponsor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Each year, the Black Environmental Leaders Association hosts the Jacqueline E. Gillan Scholarship Celebration to honor youth in the environmental and STEAM career pathways through scholarships. Resources from this award will be used to support the celebration. Jacqueline Gillan was co-founder and co-facilitator of the Black Environmental Leaders Association. She passed away suddenly in 2021. So she was a good friend. I met Jackie through the Neighborhood Leadership Institute at Cleveland State University some years back, and she was one of those motivators who really encouraged me at a time where I wasn't even thinking about public service to enter public service. So we're doing this to honor her legacy and her memory of service to youth. And I ask for my colleagues to support this resolution.
Yes, please. Please add Ms. Conwell's name.
Please add mine as well.
Okay.
Duly noted.
And Madam Clerk, I think my name's there, but make sure, please.
Okay. All those in favor of adoption, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2025-0097, awarding a total sum not to exceed $20,000 to Swing Phi Swing Social Fellowship, Inc., Greater Cleveland Chapter for the Mentoring Achieves Positive Pupils Program from the District 3 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
So moved.
Second. This matter was heard in the Environment Education Committee, and I'll turn it over to the sponsor, Councilman Sweeney.
Thank you. I just want to thank the chairwoman and the other committee members for giving us a thorough review, and it's just something that's very important, and I ask my colleagues to support it.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Resolution is adopted.
I recuse myself.
One recusal. Ms. Conwell.
Thank you. Resolution 2025-0098, awarding a total sum not to exceed $35,000 to Food Strong for the Superior Avenue Community Farm Restoration and Development Project from the Districts 3 and 11 ARPA Community Grant Funds.
Move to adopt.
Second.
This matter was heard in Education Environment Committee, and I'll turn it over to Councilman Sweeney in a minute, but Sarah Continenza came before us and gave a presentation about the project she's leading up. restoring an old farm property into a community garden and resource center, education center, job training. It's an amazing opportunity to clean up that area and provide community resources to those surrounding the area.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes.
Thank you. And as my chairwoman stated, cleaning up an area, bringing fresh food to a desert, and having a significant change in the neighborhood is exactly why Council President Pernell Jones and this council chose to use the ARPA funds that we did. It goes from the Sherwin-Williams building to the farm. And I ask my colleagues to support it. Thank you.
All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And the resolution is adopted.
Please add my name.
Yes.
Turner.
So we have Hauser, we have Schlepper, we have Turner and Jones and Conwell.
Mr. President, can you add my name as well, please?
And my name as well, please.
Thank you. Resolution 2025-0100, awarding a total sum not to exceed $10,000 to CHN Housing Partners for the Louise C. Stokes Scholar House Project from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Move to adopt. Councilwoman Simon, is this out?
Yep.
100.
Okay. Which, I thought we're on 100, that's Councilwoman Conwell's. But I can,
Oh.
do you move to adopt, or?
No, yeah, we did all that already. I
There
just
is a
wanted to
motion.
give you an opportunity
Okay.
to say something. Okay, I have a few words to say. Okay, I wanted to share just something really quickly from Congressman Stokes' book, The Gentleman from Ohio. He says, "I fixed on my mother's face for a moment. She seemed to be glowing with pride. She had started her life as a Georgia sharecropper. And here, she was at the age 73 with one son, Cleveland's first black mayor, and the other son, Ohio's first black congressman." And he goes on to talk about how struck he was by her beauty. Despite her hard life, she had worked only in cotton fields and settled in the projects. All she could really do at that time was laundry and care for her children. So what a journey only in America is what he says in his book about his mother, the Honorable Louise Stokes. So it is with great pride that these requested funds will be used to support the Louise C. Stokes Scholar House's Care Corner. The Care Corner is an in-house resource for residents of the Louise C. Stokes Scholar House in Cleveland, Ohio, and it has personal care and hygiene items for the residents who urgently need or have difficulty accessing. Additionally, the Care Corner is stocked with household and personal care items that are of high cost to residents and might not be eligible for purchase with the WIC or the SNAP benefits. Currently, the Care Corner is stocked solely through community donations and has no additional program funding. So again, as I stated, it's with great pride that we support a woman who birthed two giants for our region. I urge my colleagues to support this resolution.
Ms. Simon?
Oh, no, it's good.
Okay,
I was going to add my name.
okay. All those in favor of adoption, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2025-0101, awarding a total sum not to exceed $10,000 to SOS, strengthening our students for the SOS Ignite 360 programs from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Thank you. So the SOS program was heard, we heard about the program in the committee, and I'm going to turn it over to the sponsor.
Thank you. So again, these requested funds will be used to fund the summer program offered by Strengthening Our Students. The SOS Summer Program is an evolving series of enrichment programs that are innovative, educational, and focus on teaching life skills to the region's youth. The program is now in its 12th year of operation and is expanding the age groups served to include teens. I urge my colleagues to support this resolution.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Resolution is adopted. Legislation introduced by executive. Consideration of resolutions for first reading adoption under suspension of the rules. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules requiring referral to committee and 3 readings?
Mr.
Second.
President.
Been moved and seconded to suspend the rules. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The rules are suspended.
Resolution 2025-0131, amending the 2024-2025 biennial operating budget for 2025 by providing for additional fiscal appropriations, appropriation transfers, and cash transfers.
Move to adopt.
Se-
Mr. President and colleagues, this resolution is the regular fiscal agenda budget amendment. Answers to our questions to OBM should be at your desk. This resolution is our normal biweekly fiscal agenda with routine additional appropriations, appropriation transfers, and cash transfers. The legislation contains several additional appropriations for grants as well as appropriation increases for upcoming road and bridge projects for the spring and summer. The road projects include, but are not limited to, North Main Street Bridge, Lee Drive Bridge Project, Rockside Road Bridge, the Snow Road Resurfacing Project, and the Wilson Mills Road Resurfacing Project. I urge my colleagues to support this resolution.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The resolution is adopted, and on the next item, I'm going to ask my colleagues not to make an immediate motion for adoption. We're going to handle the substitute first, and then we're going to see if there's questions, and if not, we'll proceed to adoption, but if there's questions, we'll refer to committee.
Resolution 2025-0132, amending the 2024-2025 biennial operating budget for 2025 by providing for additional fiscal appropriations, appropriation transfers, and cash transfers.
Move to adopt.
This is for the substitute?
This is for the proposed substitute.
Okay, so you're moving to accept the substitute, is that correct?
Yes.
I second.
May I say a few? Okay.
Yes, please.
All right, thank you. This second fiscal agenda implements the previously discussed reductions intended to close the 2025 operating deficit. This is a substitute which makes only 2 changes. First, it incorporates reductions in the communications office with the executive office. And second, it deletes the reductions in appropriations for the casino revenue fund, since spending there relates to capital rather than operating expenses.
So
Are there any questions?
So I'd ask my colleagues, are there any questions on the proposed substitute? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The substitute is accepted and is now the version before the council. I would now ask if anyone has any questions on the motion as a whole. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is regular and routine stuff.
This is routine, but it's different from what we usually see because it contains appropriation reductions to get each of the departments in line with what they spend in 2024 as outlined in the executive's plan to narrow the operating deficit that we're facing for 2025. So this item implements those reductions.
And this is a request of the administration,
Correct.
and we're good with it. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. Okay, so hearing no further questions, is there a motion to adopt the resolution as substituted on its merits?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the proposed substitute on its merits. All those in favor say aye. 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 Any opposed? The resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2025-0133, approving a collective bargaining agreement between Cuyahoga County and Ohio Patrolmen's Benevolent Association Cellular 911 Unit, representing approximately 22 emergency call takers within the Cuyahoga County Department of Public Safety and Justice Services for the period January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2027.
Move to adopt.
Second.
This item was discussed in the executive session. Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Resolution is adopted. Consideration of resolutions for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution 2025-0134, confirming the county executive's appointment of Norman A. Bliss to serve on the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board of Cuyahoga County for the term July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2029.
Refer to the Human Resources Appointments and Equity Committee.
Resolution 2025-0135, confirming the county executive's appointment of Haley R. Israel to serve on the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board of Cuyahoga County for the term July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2028.
Refer to Human Resources.
Resolution 2025-0136, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Richard C. Perry to serve on the Cuyahoga County Community Improvement Corporation Board of Trustees for the term January 2nd, 2023 through January 1st, 2026.
Refer to Human Resources.
Resolution 2025-0137, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Brian E. Hall to serve on the Cuyahoga County Community Improvement Corporation Board of Trustees for the term January 2nd, 2025 through January 1st, 2028.
Refer to Human Resources.
Resolution 2025-0138, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Anthony G. Tavrill to serve on the Cuyahoga County Community Improvement Corporation Board of Trustees for the term January 2nd, 2025 through January 1st, 2028.
Refer to Human Resources.
Resolution 2025-0139, confirming the county executive's appointment of Donna Williams Alexander to serve on the Cuyahoga County Debarment Review Board for the term February 1st, 2022 through January 31st, 2027.
Refer to Human Resources.
Resolution 2025-0140, making an award on requisition 15657 to Katz Construction, Inc., in the amount not to exceed $2,098,198.80 for replacement of Warner Road culvert number C0020 over Ohio and Erie Canal in the village of Valley View, effective upon signatures of all parties through project completion.
Refer to the Public Works, Procurement, and Contracting Committee.
Resolution 2025-0141, making an award on requisition 15653 to Perk Company Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $3,596,117.15 for rehabilitation of Smith Road from Sheldon Road to Pearl Road in the city of Middleburg Heights, effective upon signatures of all parties through project completion.
Refer to Public Works.
Resolution 2025-0142, authorizing a contract with Gutman Energy, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $2,400,000 for a state contract purchase of fuel for various county vehicles, equipment, and generators, effective upon contract signatures of all parties for the period May 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2027.
Refer to Public Works.
Resolution 2025-0143, amending a resolution dated December 5th, 2023, which authorized an economic development loan to Neighborhood Healthcare, Inc., doing business as Neighborhood Family Practice, in the amount not to exceed $700,000 for the renovation of 13027 Lorraine Avenue, Cleveland, to provide various medical, dental, and pharmacy services to people of all ages, regardless of their ability to pay, by extending the resolution sunset date from 12 months to December 31st, 2025, to allow the project to close.
Refer to the Economic Development and Planning Committee.
Resolution 2025-0144, authorizing an economic development loan in the amount not to exceed $2 million to Bridgeworks LLC or its designee to assist with funding project costs of a place-based mixed-use development project located at the northeast corner of West 25th Street and Detroit Avenue at 2429 Superior Viaduct in the city of Cleveland, which will include construction of 219 units of housing and reactivating space near public investments.
Refer to Economic Development.
Resolution 2025-0145, authorizing a grant incentive agreement with Canon Healthcare USA, Inc., in the amount not to exceed $1,471,526.02 to establish their headquarters at 10500 Cedar Avenue in the city of Cleveland for the period May 13th, 2025 through May 12th, 2035.
Refer to Economic Development.
Resolution 2025-0146, authorizing an economic development loan in the amount not to exceed $920,800 to Cantonese Classic Seafood, Inc., or its designee to create productive reuse of 41,469 square feet of space in the former Cleveland Food Bank facility that's located at 15500 South Waterloo Road in the city of Cleveland.
Refer to Economic Development.
Resolution 2025-0147, making an award on requisition 15499 with AmeriCab Transportation, Inc., in the amount not to exceed $8 million for non-emergency transportation services for ambulatory Medicaid-eligible individuals in Cuyahoga County for the period March 1st, 2025 through February 28th, 2027.
Refer to the Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee. Committee report and consideration of a resolution for second reading.
Resolution 2025-0124, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Catherine N. Belk to serve on the City of Cleveland, Cuyahoga County Workforce Development Board for the term July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2027.
This item will move to the April 22nd, 2025 council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading adoption under suspension of the rules. May I have a motion to suspend the rules requiring three readings?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to suspend the rules. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The rules are suspended.
Resolution 2025-0119, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Arthur B. Hill to serve on the Cuyahoga County Corrections Planning Board for the term January 2nd, 2025 through January 1st, 2028.
So moved. Mr. Hill presented before the HR Appointments Committee, and it was unanimously passed, and I ask my colleagues to support it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2025-0120, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Dean P. Jenkins to serve on the Cuyahoga County Corrections Planning Board for the term January 2nd, 2025 through January 1st, 2028.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Jenkins presented before the Appointments Committee. It was unanimously passed out of the committee, and I ask my colleagues to support his reappointment.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2025-0121, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Suzanne E. Hamilton to serve on the Cuyahoga County Community Improvement Corporation Board of Trustees for the term March 10th, 2024 through March 9th, 2027.
So moved. Ms. Hamilton presented to the Appointments Committee. She was unanimously supported, and I ask my colleagues to support her reappointment.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2025-0122, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Michael Obie to serve on the Cuyahoga County Community Improvement Corporation Board of Trustees for the term January 2nd, 2025 through January 1st, 2028.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Obie presented before the Appointments Committee. He was unanimously supported, and I ask my colleagues to support his reappointment.
All those in favor of adoption say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Mr. Chairman? Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to thank the administration for their focus on all these appointments. It's been a steady flow, and there was a lot of openings, and they're being filled in a very systematic and thorough manner. So I just want to give a little shout out. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much. Next item, please.
Resolution 2025-0126, making an award on requisition 15371 to Advanced Server Management Group, Inc., in the amount not to exceed $1,100,000 for print management services for the period April 1st, 2025 through March 31st, 2028.
Mr. President, this item was.
Hold on. I'll move to adopt.
Second, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. I got a little ahead of myself. This item was presented by Tom Pavich in committee. The RFP associated with this award was released twice, but Advanced Server Management Group was the only proposal submitted. But nonetheless, they did score competitively, and they are the incumbent provider for services. And I ask you to support this this item to continue using them.
Okay. All those in favor of adoption, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2025-0127, making an award on requisition 14966 to Browning Ferris Industries of Ohio, doing business as Republic Services of Elyria, in the amount not to exceed $866,787.76 for waste removal services at various county buildings, effective upon signature of all parties for the period April 1st, 2025 through March 31st, 2028.
Move to adopt.
Second. Mr. President, again, this item was also presented by Tom Pavich in committee. This is a new contract for trash hauling services to supplement the other waste removal services. There were two proposals for this RFP. Republic was the highest scored proposal and the lowest price, so I urge my colleagues to support this item.
All those in favor of adoption, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2025-0128, authorizing a purchase order to the Metro Health System in the amount not to exceed $1,600,000 for reimbursement of off-site medical services for inmates for the period January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, this was heard in committee. These are the costs or the funds that we're going to cover, the ancillary medical procedures for those in the Cuyahoga County Jail that need those services outside the jail. The recommendation is adoption.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2025-0129, authorizing an amendment to a contract with Lutheran Metropolitan Ministry for operations and case management services for a 400-bed men's emergency shelter located at 2100 Lakeside Avenue in the city of Cleveland, and for facilitation and coordination of overflow shelter services for single adults and families at various locations for the period January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2024, to extend extend the time period to October 31st, 2025, to update Exhibit 3 to include Exhibits 3D, budget, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $4,591,000, effective upon contract signature of all parties.
So moved.
Second. I'll turn this over to Councilman Sweeney, who ran the committee. Thank you, Councilman.
I want to thank my chairwoman for giving me the opportunity to do so. LMN, also known as Lutheran Metropolitan Ministry, they do a great job. All we're doing is extending the contract. And I just ask my colleagues to support us, to let them continue doing what they do for the folks that need the most.
All those in favor of adoption, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Resolution is adopted. Report by Clerk of Council on legislation withdrawn at the request of the sponsor.
Resolution 2025-0125 is being withdrawn at the request of the sponsor.
Okay, and miscellaneous committee reports. We'll start to my right with Councilman Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. President. Economic Development will meet on Monday, April 14th at 3 p.m. For the 4 items that were referred to the committee.
HR will meet because the administration is so thorough in regards to appointments. So thank you. Safety Tuesday, 1 o'clock.
The Operations Committee will meet Tuesday at 3 o'clock, the 15th, and we're looking forward to some updates from the internal auditor as well as the Inspector General.
Okay, Mr. Chair, Health and Human Services and Aging Committee is Wednesday, April 16th at 1 o'clock. And then according to, from my earlier recusal in regards to R2025-0097, I recuse myself due to currently working with the group and their mentored youth. So just wanted to put that on the record.
Okay.
And Public Works will meet Wednesday, April 16th at 10 a.m. to address the items referred to committee today.
Bless you.
Finance and Budgeting will meet on Tuesday, April 14th at 1 p.m. to hear presentation from our own treasurer.
Community Development will not meet this Monday.
Education Environment meets Wednesday at 3 o'clock.
Okay, thank you very much. And do we have any miscellaneous business? Hearing none, council stands adjourned. Go Guardians. Thanks very much, everybody. We are adjourned.